Hello, welcome everybody to tonight's Look Up with Licia video. I'm very glad to host the third video tonight, and welcome to everybody new that's there. Tonight's topic is risk aversion in career politics. It's quite topical because I'm in the middle of a very big thunderstorm in Wentworth currently, and I'm having to do my video now rather than later because I'm going to an event in about 40 minutes in Wentworth with a few movers and shakers. So that's why I'm coming to you now. So my name is Licia.Heath. I'm running as an independent in the upcoming Wentworth by-election. We don't have a date for the by-election yet. It was originally touted as the 6th of October, but we've passed that date. It's not a viable date anymore. We're looking more like the end of October, but we won't have clarity on that till next week. But in the interim, I'm endeavouring to get out as much as I can to the community, answer questions not just about my campaign, but questions you might have about politics more broadly. And that's why I'm doing these kind of videos as well. So the topic for tonight is risk aversion, and I have been doing a lot of reading on this, and I think I've witnessed this in Australian politics in the last 10 years. You almost certainly have as well. The concept of the career politician, which is quite a new phenomenon of the last 20 years in Australian politics. So, so picture 50 years ago in Australian politics, and it's not good to romanticise the past because there was career politicians in the past as well, but much less. And you would have more of the type of individual that might have hit 50 years old, has had some success in business, and decides that it's their civic duty to get involved in politics for one term, maybe 2 terms, and then leave. So an 8-year term, and then it's time to go back to their business, their life, whatever it happens to be. But it wasn't an ongoing career. What we have today in Australia, and you have very high people in the Labor Party and the Liberal Party agree about this. I've heard them do it at all the forums I've been at the last couple of years, is you have a career politician. So somebody that might be involved in the Young Liberals at university that then goes on to be a staffer for a Liberal MP and then moves on to being an MP or trying to get pre-selected themselves. And then the same on Labor. So you might have somebody that's involved in university politics or the union movement that comes up through that sector, might then move across to being a staffer for an MP as well, and then puts themselves forward for pre-selection. So you have this very narrow gene pool of people that don't have great experience or any experience in terms of what it might be like to run a business, what it might be like to see life from a different perspective. They're very blinkered in how their views are set. So what happens if you are a 21-year-old that then starts climbing the ladder in a party structure and eventually makes it into politics, let's say in a federal seat? You might be a backbencher, you work your way up, you impress the right people, you do the right things, you might even get to the front bench at one particular time, regardless of the party. You have spent the last 16 years doing this, for example. Now you're really close. You're really close to the top job. Or maybe even that's not what you're after. You're really close to being head of a ministry or being in the cabinet or something like that. As you come higher and higher and higher up in through this arena, and you're getting closer and closer to the top, it stands to reason that you become more risk averse. You are less likely, when big decisions need to be made, when the country is faced with a challenge that needs decisive leadership, you are less likely to act. You are less likely to sling yourself forward because you are so close and you don't want to jeopardize the last 17 years based on whatever the major reform might be on the table, or maybe something that's not necessarily reformative for the country, but certainly is has an ethical construct about the best way forward. So we have an extraordinary number of career politicians in the Australian Parliament right now and in the Senate. And with that, I think, comes this risk-averse nature. And it's time that we not remove career politicians, but we temper it with people that are prepared to do their civic duty, go in for 1 or 2 terms, and then pull themselves out of that environment and return to life. And with that, hopefully brings a broader scope of experience, and it brings a greater determination to get things done while you're there, because you're not paying a massive outcome in terms of your ongoing career. You have no intention of being there for an ongoing career. Thank you for tuning in for Look Up with Licia. Please follow my campaign on either my Instagram or my Facebook or my Twitter feed. You'll see those come up after this video, and please feel free to ask as many questions as you want to. Take care.